What did you learn today? What are you noticing different for yourself? And congratulations, Darby. We can congratulate Darby. She has said yes to herself. She can share her experience around that if you want, Darby. You don't have to, what that was like for you. But what have you noticed for yourself? What's coming up for you? Like what are you experiencing?
I saw a different in my behavior. I kind of more happy. I'm kind of want to do more stuff, more energetic.
That's awesome.
I try to go through chakras, and along before that, I was studying the chakra, and maybe you heard or not, Jose Silva method. I was doing it.
It's all good.
Kurt, I'm on the phone.
Who are you talking to?
To my class.
Glenn? Okay.
Class. Okay. That's my husband.
Yes, okay, Ed.
And maybe you heard about that Jose Silva method. It's like you try to do a couple minutes in the morning, try to do a couple minutes in the evening.
What is it called?
Jose Milva.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's all the time all over internet when I try to do the meditation, but exactly Ho'oponopono, it's helping me a lot.
That's
I
awesome.
don't know why I all the time, it's even come from my experience when I was a childhood.
Yeah, it does. Well, if we don't release and let go stuff, it's in us. It's all in us. And we
It's-
get to, and that's always, and your younger girls, like she's always going to be a part of you, but she doesn't have to run the show. The hurt, like if I look at, the little girl that was in me was hurt, she was shameful, she was,
Bullshit.
insecure. So she used to run my adult life. It's not that she's gone. I still know she's there. I still love her when she shows up, but she doesn't make my decisions. She doesn't live my life. Does that make sense?
It is, but still it's in me.
Yeah.
I do remember like sexual harassment. I do remember something that I tried to hide for so many years, and it's right now coming up, and I don't know, I'm happy about that or not.
Well, let me ask you, how has your life been up until now?
No, but I make payment. I make pay people for somebody do to me, to them. I just recognize that pattern.
So even though it might be uncomfortable to come out, the behavior that you're living will shift, and then your life will feel different. Like, I used to bury down all the feelings of being molested and raped and sexually harassed. And but I would get mad and angry and frustrated, and I would take out anger, and I would be a victim. Like everything in my life is happening to me. And so once I'm not saying it's easy to process all of that, but once you allow it to come out,
especially when you discover all of that, it's not easy to process. It's something emotionally just overwhelmed.
You get to be supported with it, Larissa. Like you get to have someone supporting you through it, because that's important.
And it's first time I can talk about that. It's not easy to talk.
In the work that we do here, we don't necessarily need to talk about any of it. We just get to move through it and process it.
Okay. I'm just right now not ready. I'm just hopeless household.
You're hopeless in your household, is that what you said?
Yeah, hopeless mother. I'm just looking for employment, so unfortunately it's not for me.
Well, there's still some ways I can support you. We can talk, we can have a private conversation around it if you want. There's still some things that could be supported.
I just don't want to be a beggar. It's not It's not my personality.
To be a what?
Beggar to ask for something.
Oh, a
Just-
beggar. Is that what you said? A beggar?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's a lot that can be shifted in your thought process that we can work privately around to open you up around, even finding employment. So I'm happy to do that.
Okay, thank you. If I bother anybody, other people, I'm sorry.
Is anybody bothered by Larissa? It's a story you have, Larissa, that you bother people. It's not true. Not true at all. I'm sure other people are relating. See, Darby said not at all. We've all been through stuff. That's why we're here.
No, we all need somebody to express things to.
100%. You had messaged me about a throat chakra. I didn't quite understand what you were asking. So do you want to clarify here so I can support?
Yeah, when I do that stuff, when we do with the chakra, with one arm, I feel one chakra. When I do that with other charm, when we are just rubbing hands together, I feel a different chakra. Right, left, and left hand is kind of two different chakras to clarify. And I just think what chakra is supposed to start with, dominant hand on not dominant hand.
So just trust yourself and pick one.
But it's bestly to start with lower or arm or upper.
So I want to tell you that I work with no rules because the
Mhm.
only person that has that answer is you. If I tell you something, I'm not living in your body. So if you close your eyes right now, close your eyes,
Mhm.
take a deep breath in and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. Which chakra is speaking to you the most right now?
Root.
Root chakra. So that's where you
Mhm.
start.
If two different hands talking about different chakras, that means something or one?
That means just you get to take notice of it. In my work, so you will have people that talk about the
Mhm.
chakras and have to do things in certain order. I never did that. I always tune into my body. Here's what happens. You grow up, I'm going to make a hallucination. I'm going to
Mhm.
I'm going to make an interpretation of what I sense has happened. You are someone that wanted to do something, but was told
Mhm.
often not to do it. You wanted to be a certain person or act a certain way or do a certain thing. And then someone said, no, 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 no to you. So now you feel your chakras, you feel this way, but there's someone's uncertainty because for so long as a child, they told you not to do something. Don't act like that. Don't be like that. Don't do that. That's my experience. That's what I'm picking up on you. So I don't know if that's true or not. Either way, you get to begin, somehow your trust within yourself was broken. And so my job that I work on with the women that I work with is not for me to tell you what to do. Then you still don't have trust in yourself. Right? If I say, Larissa, work on your root chakra, but your body's feeling it in your heart, now you're not listening to you. Do you understand? Do you see that?
I do, but kind of still thinking about that. I was until from 3 my years old to 10 my years old, all the time, pee the bed.
Yeah. So you were told and you had to be a certain way and do a certain thing. And if you didn't, then you were wrong.
And I was blamed for everything in
Yep.
the world.
So now what I'm asking you to do, just hear the pattern. What I'm asking you to do is to trust what you're feeling. But for so many years, you weren't allowed to do that. So now I'm saying, trust this. And you're like, but wait, what's the rule? What's the proper way to do it? Because you want to get an A.
Yeah, I want to get a.
Yes. And the only way you get an A is by trusting you.
But I just tell you the end of the story. When my father died, I stopped it. It just all of a sudden stop it, and everybody grieve about that. I cannot tell you that my heart was happy about that. And I don't remember why right now, but when we're doing all of that session, piece of pattern come into my mind, and I start to feel what happening. I know what happened. And I feel right now I just putting all of that stress on my family.
So no one can
And
put
I'm right
anything-
now working on my throat, on my
Yeah, so no one can put
I-
anybody on anybody else. If they get to choose. So you get to be in your grief and your feelings. And
and
they
I
get to
don't
be in,
know all of that year. I don't know that I'm a grief. I just know something wrong, but don't know what it is.
well, because it's very easy to stuff down feelings. Especially if you don't want your family to be hurt, like especially if you're a people pleaser and you want to make sure
Yeah,
everybody's okay.
Mhm.
So then you put everything aside and you're showing up for everybody else. And
Yeah.
this week you showed up for you. So now you're starting to feel things, but these things have been in there. And if they don't come out, you're gonna go continue going down the path that you're on.
But it was more easy than they were buried.
Is it so?
I don't know. Right now, I never feel that good that way, but I think it's gonna stop all of a sudden, and I'm gonna be again that miserable like I went before. Yes.
Well, I need to talk.
So what's stopping you from continuing down this path?
Right now, did not work for about 5 years. I all the time been with my son, and my husband give me how much I can spend a week, and I'm honestly tell you, I don't have that money. We moved from different state, and right now, new apartment, new stuff. We just don't have it.
So I think you and I can have a private conversation around that if you're open to it.
Okay, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm just don't have it.
I know that's the truth and there's always possibility.
I'm looking for employment, like other lady said. In 1 year, she's been so successful, and I start to looking for employment already, and because I want to be there, but I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
So
not
what I'm
busy.
going to give you is an exercise. I'll put it in the VIP. It's part of my membership, but I'll put it in the VIP to help you process your emotions. It's a
Okay,
really
thank you.
powerful exercise and it's something you can do over and over and utilize. So whether you move forward with me or not, you have the tools that are in that group.
Anyway, if I take your time, I'm very sorry.
Okay. So I want to share with you that there's nothing to be sorry, Larissa. The first day or the second day, I can't remember. Remember you moved through resistance and I said, really look at that for yourself because
Mhm.
that's resistance shows up and you get to move through it. And so there's no bother. Like this is what I do. This is my work. I'm here to support people.
I
And
understand, but you still want to have somebody in your program, but unfortunately, it's not.
I am perfectly okay wherever I'm at. Just so you know that. So there's guilt. You have a lot of guilt. If you're feeling guilty here, you have a lot of guilt. So you can do the exercise I put in the VIP link, the WhatsApp group. Use it to help with guilt. Okay, Larissa?
Okay, it's a guilt, but it's the same time I'm afraid of people. I'm afraid to speak up. It's first time because we on that program and we not close together. I can talk.
I'm so proud
In,
of you.
in real life, I would never even say hello. How your name?
Look at you. So you're making changes.
Just because we're online and we're never gonna see each other, and I'm trying so hard, and I
You are.
prepare of that all day long.
So how you do anything is how you do everything. So the fact that you're doing it here will trickle over into other parts of your life. There's no way it can't.
I'm trying.
You're doing great. So work on the root chakra. I gave you
Mhm.
you really work on the questions. I don't know if you were there that day when we talked about the questions.
Yeah,
Tuesday
I've
night.
been every day.
Okay, so rewatch the recordings because that was all about the root chakra.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm not gonna take any more time because other people wanna have questions too.
I see Heather taking notes from this, so.
I'm sorry if I am again.
One of the
taking-
great things about working with groups is that you sharing actually helps others by listening.
Okay, thank
I've
you.
done a lot of group work. Okay, who else wants to share? What's been working? What's coming up for you? What are you noticing?
One more question. Do we need to have a like special diet when we clearing up one chakra from another?
There is a great book.
Like not eating meat, not eating fruit, not eating this, not eating.
It's actually juices are great to help open up the throat. It's called Chakra Foods by Deanna Minich.
Mhm.
It's a great book. Great book. I'll put it here. I think it's called Chakra. No, it's not. It's called I'll find it and I'll put the picture of it in the WhatsApp group, okay?
What's the author's?
Like
The
eating
author's
meat, is
name
that
is
okay?
I'm sorry.
Like eating meat, is that okay? Or meat is not good for chakra? You got to be vegetarian.
So everybody's body is different. It's not one or the other. So I've eaten meat my whole life, and then there was a part of me that needed to go vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for 9 months, and I realized that my body needs meat.
Mhm.
Meat, protein is actually for the root chakra. I think it's so funny that you brought up meat. So looking at the amount of protein that you're getting in your diet would be really good, whether it's plant-based or meat-based.
Just protein.
Protein is very good to
Mhm.
support the root chakra.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Water is really good to support the sacral as well as like healthy fats. The solar plexus is yellow foods.
Like mellow.
Yellow. Oh yeah, like melon, yes. Pineapple.
We just see right now online that alkaline food, is that good for you to
Yeah.
drink? Or
I mean, my experience, you want to have your body alkaline. I'm not a dietitian, but having your body alkaline makes it less likely to develop disease.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's called the rainbow food diet. I think that's it. It's driving me crazy.
I'm
And I-
sorry.
No,
Maybe
no, you're not
that's too
driving.
much.
Oh, here it is. It is chakra foods.
Optimum Health.
Yes. Chakra Foods for Optimum Health by Dr. Nemeth.
Dr. I can't.
Deanna
Got
Nemeth.
it.
You're welcome.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Too many questions. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Everybody's
stop
learning from your
apologizing. Stop
Yes.
apologizing. Just do it. It's great.
Yes, Larissa, for asking all the questions.
It's
I got
great.
used to that. I just don't know how to say it either way.
Well, you
You're-
did it. See, it's great.
I'm gonna take my earrings out, girls. My ears hurt. My question, you know what's so amazing? There's two things I wanted to share, and this is when we say I'm sorry, we automatically make ourselves wrong.
That's what I think automatically, that I'm wrong. Maybe I taken somebody
It's a
time.
habit. It's something that you do. I have the same problem. I say I'm sorry way too much. People tell me that. I don't even realize I say it as much as I do. But I recognize it. I see you say it and I can see it, but I do it myself and I know that, but I don't recognize it in the moment.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I feel it right now, but after a
Yeah.
couple minutes later,
You'll say it again here in a minute because it just has become habit. I feel like for me it is anyways. And it's hard not to say it. But because I say it so much. But I don't really need to, and neither do you.
So true.
no, but it's just a habit, like you said.
Yes, it's become something that we have become so accustomed to doing that it's just part of our language, like a common word, a common thing. And it shouldn't be because we don't have any reason to apologize all the time. And you haven't done anything wrong, that you haven't bothered me at all. I'm glad you're asking questions because you're covering some of the stuff I would have asked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I all the time thinking about my accent, and my accent
Yeah.
people don't understand, and that's what
Yep.
all the time people
have
ask
the
me
same.
2-3 times. That's what I do. That right now I got used to that.
Yeah. And that I hate that. And that's the same for me. But that's what we want to change. We don't want to be that way anymore because we don't have to be.
Yeah,
Well, you can have your accent. You just don't have to care if you just don't have to worry about being judged with your accent.
Yeah. And whoever we had in our lives that made us feel that we had to apologize like that, they didn't need to be in our lives because we don't need to do that. That's not right.
like my family, they understand me, but everywhere store they go and they say repeat twice. What do you say? And everywhere else, it just
Are you in somewhere that is English or a different primary language? Yeah.
USA.
Oh, I'm sure that is hard. I would get frustrated too.
I
That
just
would be
got
like
used-
me
like
going
you
to a
said,
foreign
it's
country.
a habit right now. It's a habit right now to repeat myself 2 times and say, I'm sorry, I apologize. Can you repeat it?
I wish I could give you a hug. I feel like you need one so bad.
So here's the thing. You get to honor
Thank you.
You're
you know,
welcome.
you get to honor your voice and be excited about your voice. If
I shut down my voice. I try to be talk as much as little.
Yes, and so, but here's what happens. You think and you feel that people can't understand you, your voice isn't heard. So now that becomes your reality. So now your interactions start to feed that. So you get to change that. You get to change the thought to, I'll give you some suggestions, but you get to come up with your own. Like, my voice is heard easily. My voice is beautiful. I'm gifted. My voice is gifted. Whatever you want your voice to be.
That's what I turned today. Affirmation. I'm heard,
Yes,
lovable.
love it. And so you
People
get to,
understand me, and all will with
Yes.
myself.
yes, I
Add
love
those
it.
even more words in there.
Even more. Look at you, Miss.
Add those even more words in there.
It's well, my 8 minutes over there, so I cannot tell all of that 8 minutes affirmation, but it was powerful.
That's beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, and then develop a daily practice. Uh, you know, write your affirmations, put them on your mirrors, speak your voice. Don't just
Last
read them,
my
speak them.
affirmation was, Ben, I am enough. I'm right now saying I'm not enough. I'm more than enough.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that's
I was
beautiful.
not enough. I am beautiful. I am smart. I'm that.
I'll give you one thing to add on to it, because I teach this in my program. When you have an affirmation, say, I am more than enough because, and put a because and make it like so solid, right? Like, I am more than enough because God made me. I am more than enough because I decided I am. I am more than enough because I say so.
That's good. Whatever I
Mhm.
put for 1 year, I'm enough, and I've been enough, but I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just enough.
Mm,
I'm stuck.
No,
And now
you're
you-
even more.
yep.
I need to put
Even
even
more.
more. Yes, even more.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Thank you.
Larissa, I am so proud of you. And I'm so excited that you used your voice here. And
It's first time, and maybe I shut down for 3 months ago, but today I won't talk.
there, then you just keep letting your voice be heard.
It's last day of class, maybe never gonna see me again. And I
You
don't,
don't know that. We're gonna talk.
Sorry.
You and I are gonna talk. We're gonna talk tomorrow. We're gonna set up a time to talk to you tomorrow.
okay, thank you.
Awesome. Darby or Heather, do you want to share what you've experienced this week and where I can support you?
For me, I just know that I need to do this program. I don't have the means financially myself either. Which I've been working on all day. I don't know how I'm going to come up with it, but I have to stay in the mindset of I am going to come up with it because I need this. This is, I don't, because I'm out of options after this. And it's not just because of that. It's because I finally have found what I feel like I have been looking for it's, I don't even want to say how many years I've been stuck here. So I'm just very, I feel for the first time so much hope and relief. I feel like myself. You know what? I didn't even realize that. I feel like myself.
Mm,
I don't know the last
good.
time I felt that way.
mm. So
I
good.
don't think I never feel that way again.
Mm.
It's really amazing. It really is. That's why I know I have to figure out how to come up with the money, and I will. I'm resourceful. I have to be.
You know, I always say
Good job.
there's always possibility, there's always a way. Look
Yeah.
at where do you get to shift some money around
Yep.
and where do you get to bring some money in? Look at ways that you're spending money that's not important.
Yep. I'll figure it out. I mean, I don't, unfortunately, I don't really have anything that I can cut out because I barely make it paycheck to paycheck, but I have some, and that's better than none. So it's a starting point, and I just have to come up with the rest.
There you go. I love
And
it.
I've got my last option of my dad, and I don't want to have to ask him, but I will do it. I will ask him.
Well,
It
you
won't be
do
the
what
first
feels right.
time.
You know, our heart never leads us. The moment we're back into you can tell if you're in resistance
Hmm.
if you fight, flight, or freeze. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. And I've been living in fear for I don't know how long. I isolate. I hardly ever leave my house.
Yeah. And
Because
so
I'm scared of people. I'm scared of people because I've just been so hurt so much by so many things and by people that I know I can't take anymore right now. Or I don't know what, I might lose my mind. So I've just isolated myself in my house. Well, here I am. And it's been some years. I almost feel like I have to reintegrate myself into society and learn how to be around people now. So I've went one extreme to the other, and it's not healthy.
yeah, well, here's our circumstances, where we are in our life, our relationships, our money story, our time story, it all is a reflection of yourself. So you get to integrate within yourself. You just said you feel yourself for the first time.
Yeah, it's been a
Now-
long time. Since before 2019.
Yeah, and so now you get to integrate into that, right? Just
Right.
like you get to integrate going out into the world again.
Right.
It's just do you see the mirror there?
Yes, I have chills. I do. Yes, I can't, I don't even know what to say. I'm almost speechless because I really am in shock that I feel this way at all. I mean, I didn't think I'd ever get here. I really was scared. I didn't think if I did make progress, I didn't ever think I would be me again, though. I really didn't. It was something I didn't know. I thought I was gone.
Hmm.
Know who I was going to be anymore. And it scared me.
Well, I'm excited that we found each other.
Me too. I don't, it's just, yeah. And that it's just everything that you have said has just been, you speak my language. I'll put it like that. I understand how some people you don't get how they present their information, I guess you could say, or it doesn't resonate with you right. But how you do, you speak my language.
Speak the same. I love it.
Yes,
Love
I love it too.
I want to show you guys one. Let me find it. I want to show you a tool, and I can. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I love how it just everything keeps just. I'm looking, and all of a sudden it just pops up for me. Okay, gotta find you guys. So something I learned back a while ago is this the ladder, the emotional frequency ladder. And I usually talk about it in today's class, but it didn't come up. Here's our emotional frequency ladder. I mean, these are, I'll say, a good portion of emotions. Obviously, we have a lot more, but they kind of fall into the categories. And if you can allow yourself just to look at this ladder and where you are with no judgment, say you're in rage or jealousy or insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. And it's not like, oh my God, I'm all the way down here on the bottom of the ladder. It's like, okay, this is where I am. I'm right here or here. And I'm like, okay, I get to figure out a way to get up here. These are the low frequency. These are the higher frequency. We want to figure out how to get up here. And the energy triangle that you learned tonight is with your body, communication, and focus is when you're in these feelings, ask yourself, okay, what am I focused on?
Right.
I'll use you as an
What
example.
every day it's different.
So
Between
you just check,
boredom
it
and
could be
blame.
different. It could be different from now till in an hour from now, right? Like your emotions can change at any time. So it's like when, throughout the day, periodically throughout the day, pause and ask yourself, where am I in this? And what am I thinking? What am I believing in? What am I focused on? How is my body? And say, oh, when I'm in
focus on the left or on the right, on the top 7, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you're down here, it's like, okay, what do I get to do to feel more contentment? Even more contentment. And what people want is they want to go from here to here. Like that, right? Like, I just want to be happy,
Okay, if
joyful.
they're taking a drug and they are over here.
Right.
It's not an easy solution for everybody.
Yeah. So what you get to do is realize you might go from here to like
How to
overwhelmed.
do it naturally is
Yeah.
the way that's supposed to be with a cell.
Right. And so, but it's like,
Without antidepressant or anything else.
right. And so it's learning to look at where you are. I'm using my hand as if you can see me, where you are on that scale, where you are here, without judgment on yourself. And just be like, oh, I'm overwhelmed right now. This is not where I want to be, but I'm here. Okay. How do I process the overwhelmed feeling? Remember, I taught you last night I think it was last night, it might have been the night before, the 3 areas, the 3 ways.
Energy and motion.
Yeah, that's what an emotion is. But to process it is through movement, sound, and breath. Okay, I'm overwhelmed. Let me process the overwhelmed and then ask myself, what do I get to focus on? What is my body language? What is my communication? What am I saying? And what do I get to do to come up the ladder?
Okay, all of that letter is great, but where is it like pain? How you supposed to do with the pain if you have a chronic pain?
Our body's manifestation, our body is just a manifestation of our emotional thoughts.
It's all of our
You're
past
supposed to
trauma.
feel like
every
it's not there
door.
or what you're supposed to do.
Well, you've gotten really good at covering up your emotions. Remember, you said, I haven't felt this in so long. I don't know if I've ever felt this. So your body is demonstrating what you haven't felt.
Okay, might be possible.
I have chronic pain. I have all kinds of medical issues.
Not
I have
going anywhere.
flu.
No matter what you're doing, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did now when I did the cord cutting process. I don't know about you, but I felt a lot of my weight just diminished through that. And a lot of my
Yeah,
pain went with
that
it.
day,
It was
but
amazing.
in the evening,
But it's
it's
not
again the
gone.
same.
Yeah, it's not gone.
You get to do
But-
it again and do it
Yeah,
again.
I've got, yeah,
and do
we
it
can
again.
do it as many times as we want. I've got 45 years worth of stuff I've got to get out of me. So it's going to take me a few times for sure.
I'm
Probably
trying-
for all of us.
Sometimes it's hard to believe it when you're living
Well,
with a
you
pain.
know what? You guys have July 19th. We're going to be doing a healing and you're going to figure out exactly what your body is telling you. That's what
Okay,
the
yeah.
healing is.
Thank you.
There's a great book. I can't seem to find it for some reason. It's called Heal Your Body.
I heal your body.
No, heal your
Oh,
body.
just heal.
Why is it
Just
not
how
here?
many books I read before that? I
This
just
isn't
stopped.
one you
Please.
read though.
Oh,
This
right.
is
Be honest with you. I
I know. I have tons of books. This is not one that you read front to cover though. It's like you look up neck and it tells you what's the emotional component.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's neat.
Oh,
Yeah.
so in
Like
other
that.
words, like
That's
if your
what my
neck
case-
is hurting, it tells you what emotional component, why it's hurting.
Yes. Like what's the
I like
plot
that.
behind it? I can't find it. It's usually just right here.
just easy. Just pick up a grocery from the store and I'm again
Oh, here it is.
set up it.
It's called the,
And I'm usually athletic woman, but I don't know.
that's what it's called.
What is it?
And
Oh.
see, it's not a book you read, it's like an index. You just look it up. These are my kind of books. You don't have to read it front to cover.
Mine too.
Okay, what are we saying? Neck. Neck problem, refusing to see other sides of a question, stubbornness, inflexibility. So then the
Okay.
affirmation you would say is it is with flexibility and ease that I see all sides of an issue. There are endless ways of doing things and seeing things. I am safe.
I will try that. It's last resort.
So Louise Hay healed her body from cancer through listening to her body and hearing what her body was saying to her. And we're going to do that whole process on I think the 19th is Wednesday next week.
Okay,
So.
thank you.
You're welcome. Miss Heather, do you want to, I called you Miss Heather. Sorry. Heather, do you want to talk about, you want to share anything?
No, I'm good tonight.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. So I'll see you guys on the 19th. And Darby, I guess I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Yes,
Um,
hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Okay. And Larissa, I'll send you a message. We'll set up a time to have a chit chat. All righty. You're muted, but I think I heard
Thank
you.
you.
You're good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night.
You're
Good night.
welcome.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful
Have a
night.
good night.
You too.